Lots of unexpected details, let's put it that way. The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and but then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own father?
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up.
Sure! Let's go get to the bottom of all this! Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy. He hired us to kidnap Sachin.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done...
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch? Of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the ship? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the academia doesn't agree to hand over the goods, I make him publicly announce that I'm his chosen genius. No, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably cooped up somewhere watching all this... I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman's truly... Diadem of knowledge. You mean that... Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room. Also, before donating it to the academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But I have the impression that he went out into the desert for research. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. He would mumble incomprehensibly and write essays day. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. When he got back, he signed his contract with the academia. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin was a demon from the desert who was wearing his...
Okay, you can stop now.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my...
You finished? In that case, come with... Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah! Al-Haytham's notes do mention that...
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to...
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need to tell Karina what's going on. Karina!
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round...
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with
The diadem? That seems The diadem of knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. Why has this come up now? Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Deima Forest. In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Deima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person, considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very likely to be the winner of the whole As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. You might not make it in time. I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately.
Alright, let's go! That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
Into the wind.
Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
back to its owner.
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
The cra-
At long last, someone to inherit my estate, and with it, my... Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he, more cognizant of the trials and tribulations of this world. It is you who are worth. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now is of utmost importance. So please, pay attention. You have all performed outstandingly in this Interdashon Championship. The Academia has many rare talents among its ranks, and you are the... But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you were victorious, but also due to our similarities in character.
Me?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists, and that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after day. Beyond the wall of Samiel lay a completely different... The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find...
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge to find the answer. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living deep in the desert who called themselves the Lost Dasha. But in the end, I found that the answer I sought, it was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. Our nature begets conflict, and conflict begets destruction. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no such guidance. After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by it. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the...
As I thought. The contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do...
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward...
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people.